And to wrap it up, as always, going over and hanging out with some voice actors who were hosting the Future Games show that is put on by Future, a publishing house that runs sites like Games Radar. One thing that I always love about this show is that alongside the reveals that they have in the show, they will often have articles up. Like they'll have content ready that like has a little like some interview quotes, a little deeper information about the gameplay, and so that's just like a really cool thing that they do for everything shown here. Future Game Show is always kind of that like it's indie, but then it's like kind of higher budget indie. It's double A. It's those people getting like big publishers, a little bit more bigger budgets. And so it's always a really interesting thing. And then, yeah, this year it was hosted by Roger Craig, the voice of Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, and Britt Baron, the voice of Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is really cool. And we personally really like Britt Baron from, she was on the show Glow on Netflix, which was a really good show. Rest in peace. Should have got more seasons.
Yup.
And yeah, it was just, again, just, they always bring it, and it's that similar kind of like, it's kind of like Summer Game Fest where it's a lot more like for everyone. Mm-hmm. And so like sometimes you're kind of tuning in, you're tuning out, you're like, okay, this is not really for me. But like I think that gives it such an interesting appeal. There's a lot of world premieres in this one that was surprising. I thought it was pretty fun. I liked the bits this time. I liked them still, and like I think they were charismatic. Some of them were just confusing. Like I didn't know exactly what was happening in some of these bits.
Yeah, same here.
Charismatic hosts, fun hosts, and it was a good time. Yeah, Fern and Fish, and with vibes on this show.
I mean, it's no Yuri Lowenthal, but no, it was a great show. There was some bits that I was just like, am I missing a reference here or something? But it was all in all, they had pretty good chemistry on stage there. So I enjoyed it. I would say it's a solid like B-. B. There was a lot of good games there, but there were some bits that didn't really land with me. But most of the games I saw were pretty good. I know we saw how many did we see? Like 60 something games there. I really did wish they hit more of the the indie initiative stuff, like more games on there, just because we need those indies out there.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff that we've already seen. So all in all, pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say a surprising amount of again the reveals. It was like really cool to see that here as well.
Especially this late in the week too. Like we've been through so many shows already. Like I just imagine it's hard to still have something new. But yeah, pretty much same for me. Like I think for my tastes, there were less things that like truly appealed to me here, but still all like cool games, like high quality looking games, and like fun to watch and to learn about what's being made. So
I probably had like 15 games added to my list from this show alone, and and just like you said, like how do they keep finding like more? How do they keep getting more? How's there that many games? And we still have 2 more days. Yeah. Like it's nuts. Let's hop right into our highlights.
Let's get to it.
Me first.
Yes.
My brain keeps forgetting that every time.
We're like 4 shows into this. You're like, me?
Oh, me?
Whose turn?
Oh, it's me turn?
I think it's Fish.
Okay. My pick is actually towards the back end, so it's going to be interesting to find.
No chapters in this one, so
yeah.
Future Game Show.
Points.
Going down.
Lost.
Wait, over here. Here we go. Here, I found it. So this is kind of not the traditional kind of Nate game, but I'm really curious how I'm really interested in where this one goes. This is Eriksholm, the Stolen Dream, and I mean the first thing about this game that captured me, just how stunningly beautiful this is. I have to assume this isn't on Unreal Engine 5. Like if it's not, even more applaud, because like it I think Unreal Engine 5 is giving smaller developers a chance to have higher fidelity stuff just because that engine is so powerful. But like this is like this, what this reminded me of in a way, just with the time period and the kind of somber, like desperation. It's kind of reminded me of Plague Tale. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Plague Tale. Obviously, there's not like some horrible monstrous stuff happening here. It's just like soldiers and stuff. But yeah, like just like really stunning visuals, stunning performances. We were remarking on that when it was live. This like seemingly that's like your sister, right? And it's like you're just like this character is just like so unhappy trying to get out of here, and like you see her kind of almost win over her sister in that moment, probably, right? Being like, no, we can't stand for this. And then you see that recognition. Like they took him, they took I think she says like a name. They took him, and that recognition washes over her. Another thing I want to shout out about this is, so this is from Nord Current Labs. This is a Swedish development team. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. They say they wanted to make it a very Swedish tale. So maybe they're not Swedish, but they wanted to focus it on a Swedish tale. So this is the early 1900s, and it's the city is inspired by places like Gothenburg, Stockholm, Malmo, and so like they're really trying to embed like that time period of Sweden into the world they're building here. But so the thing that's most interesting to me is, so traditionally games like this, so there's like things like Commandos, and I believe there's a Western series that I can't think of off the top of my head right now that has this kind of, seems like a top down tactical view, but then like is more about like sneaking around and like save scumming in a way. Like they actually, a lot of these games will often be like, it's been like 20 seconds since your last save, you might want to drop a new one. Like it's that like level. But what I like about it is, with how beautiful it looks, like it just feels like you're just looking down on this world in this city and like seeing it unfold, and like perfectly trying to dodge past guys. And I'm curious like how much freedom am I clicking around, am I just free moving, because if it's free movement, that's really interesting. Like, is it going to be like an immersive sim, kind of like Weird West that came out a little while ago? Is it going to be, Nerd Current is based in Lithuania. Thank you, Vidi. So, I mean, shout out to them to like just be like, you know what, we want to make a Swedish game based on Swedish culture, which is really interesting. Yeah, each character has, they said there's 3 playable characters, Alva, Hannah, and Sebastian. So I think maybe that's the 2 sisters, ? And I think we see
a bunch of Sweetaboos.
Sweetaboos. Maybe we don't see a Sebastian in here.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, each character has like unique abilities as far as like how they get around. I'm sure there's probably someone who is stealthier, someone who can actually take out some of the guards a lot better than, the others. Maybe this Sebastian. And then they also say that each level's meant to be explored over and over and over. So it's meant to like kind of replay these levels and find a different path forward. And so like that kind of gives me that immersive sim vibe of like, there's more than one way to approach each situation, more than one way to like get through this area. And so yeah, I'm super curious as to how this plays. It'll be on PC and console in early 2025. It's just a really compelling game. Like this, if you told me this was a AAA developer, if you told me this was, someone with lots and lots of money making something like they have a pedigree of, such. Yeah, it's an indie studio. Like, just wow, what a project this is, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Yeah, like it's just a stunning, like it's It's wild. It blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Mm,
Gamers?
Oh, you
it
know?
looks really impressive. Like the voice acting, like I said earlier, like just really, really called to me, and feels like it grounds it a lot. And just the look it just all comes together like super impressive.
Like you were saying, like it looks like we all had the same thought of like reminiscent of Plague Tale,
Yeah.
where it's pretty emotional, pretty heavy, and just kind of entranced by it. This is a game I want to just curl up on the couch with Shazame, and like we just kind of basically play it like a movie,
Yeah.
just because it's so just so captivating. And it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Which is I'm just more than anything I'm impressed by the visuals. Like not to diminish anything else about the game, but like just the visuals are just beautiful.
And this is the world premiere debut trailer. Like, talk about a showing out, party here for them. Like, kudos. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Good for them.
Yeah. All right, Fern.
All right. Mine, I believe, is nearby.
I'm looking again. Oh, yeah.
Just a couple away.
Couple forward or back? Oh, it's literally the one after.
There you go.
So I don't even have to do nothing.
Even better. All right. So I wanted to bring our attention back for our last show to the co-op puzzler Run From Mummies.
Hell yeah.
So this is like a really goofy concept. It's you're going in with a group of up to 3 friends. You're playing as tourists who are like going to snap pictures of like ancient artifacts and stuff. And so, you're just running around. There's these sort of obstacles and monsters and things, booby traps, I guess, things you have to overcome to go and get these pictures.
That's the most important thing. You need the picture.
You need the pictures.
It's content warning.
It also almost seems like they're maybe using the camera as a tool in some places. I thought I saw it like breaking some like rock obstacles in front of them at one point.
It was definitely stunning enemies.
Yeah. And so that's coming this fall, which is really exciting. I'm hoping that maybe it comes in time for the camp out, like we said. I think that would be a really fun, chaotic activity for our next camp out.
Love that so much. They all had to go pose in front of the thing and then like back to the chaos.
I wonder if it's like, you have to get everyone in it, or if there's even like, it's co-op. I don't think
tripod.
I don't think there's like a competitive element, but so maybe you're
That's so good.
You have to get everyone in the shot. I'm taking a look at the Games Radar article, and there's over 100 levels, over 7 different regions to explore. You can play solo or with up to 3 friends. And each character has like different abilities. Like I think at one point we saw one of them, like the bald guy, I think it's here. I think we saw him like just fully like beefed up.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like they'll all have some sort of ability. I think that the
maybe
one
that guy
in pink was like doing some sort of magic.
It looks like this person maybe they have a video camera, and so it's like a constant like stream of the shot, and so it's just like taking out all this stuff right away.
Take out everything,
do you have more?
I don't think so.
Just like a really goofy fun time. What I wanted to shout out is like, there's something so powerful, and they must have known, and that's why they did it, right? There's something so powerful of like seeing these characters, right, running around, like you see all these like giant spikes, these monsters chasing after them, and then you just hear you hear the camera sounds like over and over. It's just so funny, dude. Like we were giggling just hearing that and knowing they're just taking a bunch of photos while like running away from giant like anvils, and like it's just like it's so silly. And this, even like this, the embodiment, that this little sequence right at the end of the trailer is such an embodiment of the entire game. Like, oh, I take a picture in front of a mummy. Oh god, there's a mummy behind us, and then the guy knows. Oh wait, hold up. To pose.
Let me get a picture.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, it definitely was like kind of bringing to mind, you know, the sort of vibes that we experience when we play co-op stuff, like content warning or even, you know, Lethal. It just has that really goofy and like just chaotic feel.
Definitely gonna be yelling like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, like a big chase.
Get in the shot. Get in the shot.
Hurry up! Stop looting! We gotta get in the shot.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
I wanted to do the classic VG Vish. Yeah, say your piece. I want to do the classic. There's a part where it mentions mini games, and there's like these things that pop up. I want to read those.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, this looks exactly like one of those games we'll just keep coming back to because it's 100 levels. I'm like, hey, you guys want to hop and do a few levels of you know, Run From Mummies? Oh yeah, and then we'll play some Lethal or something, you know, like just one of those games where it's just chaos and fun, just freaking giggle fest of just screaming.
Okay, so it says tons of secrets, so different tourist game modes and mini games. It looks like if I'm basing what I see here. Don't forget your tour buddy. Seems like maybe you get like a guide. What's up?
Ooh, I have additional information that I just saw on the Steam page.
Okay. There's, you know, extreme tourism, so it's probably just like super difficult, like so much more enemies and monsters. And then there's penny pinchers. I bet you can like bring certain gear in with you, and so like penny pinchers, like, okay, you have to somehow get all of your goals on a budget, you know. And so that's interesting. You were saying.
I just saw they mentioned on their Steam page, kick back with your friends between tours and play funhouse minigame rooms.
Ooh.
Everything from suitcase soccer to racing. So that looks like there's sort of like a lounge that you come back to, your little tourist lounge.
Your
back
Airbnb.
to the hotel, yeah. And can hang out and play mini games in there too.
It reminds me of what was that one game we played together? Was it Enchanted? Where like between the rounds, like there's like extra stuff you could do, just like decompress or just like get more power ups or whatever.
Yeah.
This looks silly as hell, and silly as hell is good.
Mm-hmm.
And
not everything needs to be Eriksholm.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
games can be like this.
What a tonal shift between those two games. Huh? All right, Fish, you get to take us home with the last game of our coverage here today. This will be the last like beef day like this. Things will be a lot easier in the next few days. What is your last game?
My last game. Sorry, I was drinking water. My last game is if you're at the Future Game Show channel?
Yeah.
Because it's a 104.25 is like where you should.
Oh baby, Larry.
I got you covered.
That's my guy.
Yeah, so my last game is something I didn't even know existed, but I think Nate's already played the demo for this, maybe? Or maybe you knew about it?
Yeah, I have played the demo. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Is The Operator. So, most of you may not know, the VGG household, my household, we are big fans of detectives, mysteries, murders, crimes. And, you know, back in the day, we used to literally just huddle around a computer, play games like Telling Lies or Her Story, because they're just a blast to solve puzzles and solve, you know, detective cases with your friends. And this is another game like that. You know, you're part of the FDI, you're the newest operator there, and you're using, you know, their tools and your deduction skills to solve crimes, dig for clues, and solve uncover the truth of who this person named Hal is, who is hacking into your system. What do you want? The truth. So you'll be investigating crimes such as murders, missing people, cyber attacks, using, you know, the FDI tools, is probably just like cross-referencing and just like a database, which is to some it's probably like, that sounds really boring. It sounds like a job. It's like this
database.
Yeah, I love a database. Give me little words to look up. And not only that, like a lot of these games, you know, like Her Story and like Telling Lies, they have something deeper underneath that you're also trying to solve, which is always fun because as you're putting these things together, it's like, oh, that's connected to this and that's connected to that. And this person knows this person, and that crime actually relates to this, and oh, that's actually part of this crime syndicate, something, or something that goes way deeper than what this single crime first showed. And even in their description, they say to take notes, which is every person in this call is gonna be like, I love a little note taking. I love to busting out the little notebook, and
it's such a delicate balance, right? Like I love to take a note, but if it's like too like so convoluted that I have to take like the most complex notes, like okay, no.
And something kind of a more something that stands out from this game is that you're assisting field agents too. So you're looking at footage and looking at stuff that they submit to you. Be like, hey, I'm working on this case. Can you help me? Can you fact check this, or can you check this video and cross-reference this? Can you identify this person? Which is a blast. Like that's a fun time to make. But yeah, so this is coming out. They say Q3 2024, so sometime relatively soon. There is a demo out, which if you guys end up doing a demo stream, maybe I'll hop into this or one of the other games that we saw today. But this is just right up my alley, right up probably all of our alleys.
Yeah. It's
more of a street
at
this
block.
point.
Yeah,
so it's more of a street at this point. Like it's just there. Because we enjoy these types of games. I love solving a little mystery, and I love databases.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those food trucks that like still has wheels, but like it's been parked at the same spot the whole time. Like it's never moved really.
Yeah,
it's there.
Yeah.
So I'll say. I mean, I guess I won't say too much if you want to play it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but like, yeah, there is some more going on. Like from the jump, you hop into this demo. And there's some shit going on that you're like, wait, what the hell?
You're like, it stinks in here. There's some shit in here.
What? Hold on. And then, then they introduce the hacking, towards the end. There's some, I think even the setup of the story is really cool. You're an operator. And so the way it works is like, you're towards the bottom of the chain, right? There's the directors, there's the agents that are in the field. And then there's you, the operator, who's helping the agent. They say that this alley's turned into a gamer compound. Yeah. They say that, it's the game of being the guy in the chair. That's who you are. There's a guy calling you, oh, help, I need information. And you look up the guy, you scan it. Literally, it's the game where you scrub through camera footage and you go enhance and you click in and it like and like goes, this is John Smith, look him up in the database. You go, oh god, you're like, I need his address. And you're like, and I'm hoping like it's already like, oh, I'm already a guy.
Then you're qualified.
You're good and you're ready. I'm hoping like, it is from what I played in the demo, it's like, you get to take your time, but I would love to have a sequence where it's like, there's the agent like actively like in a situation where it's like, okay, I need you to look up, okay, I'm hiding, like I need you to find something for me. And you're like, okay, hold on. And you're like desperately going and he's like, he's getting closer. Come on. Like something like that would be super fun. Yeah, in the demo, there's like a people database, there's a car database, and even in the demo, like I was able to look up, I was like, I wonder, there's like, I know the name of the director. I look him up, and sure enough, I get his like file, like it's not like a limited thing where it's just like just the important things or what shows up. No, you can like look up everyone, find out information about them, it'll be interesting to see again as the lower rung, like what things are held back from you, what things do you have access to, like. And there is aspects of that in the demo as well. Like, oh, you don't have clearance for that kid, and you're like, okay, well, why, and
be interesting to be like in a situation like you were mentioning, like, oh, this needs to be like, oh, I don't have clearance for it. It's like, oh, just use my password, and then you're like, oh, now I have access to this. Like, oh, what I can look up.
So yeah, it's there's again, we talk a lot about potential for these games. And there's lots of potential here, and I'm super excited for it. Fern, I know, like as Fish said, like we always have this one memory. I feel like we're all chasing having this experience again.
High, chasing the dragon
of us, of me. It's so funny because like I was like, guys, we should check out this game called Her Story, and you're like, no, let's I don't know, and then I like put it on, and it's slowly like, wait, like. What is this? And we just ended up spending the rest of the day just playing it to completion. So how do you feel about it?
I'm excited about it. Yeah, it's just super fun to like tackle these kinds of games together and just be like yelling at each other like, no, 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 you need to look for this. You need to look for this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Love to be a dweeb in a database. I don't know. There's just something
Love to be the
about
guy
it.
in the chair.
Yeah, yeah. The one I want to say the thing that is like
No spoilers.
seemingly around the
No
greater narrative here
spoilers.
that's so exciting.
Spoilers.
But, Yeah. Any last highlights? Really quick shouts. I'll try to find them.
In Sync.
Here, let me quick.
Yeah.
I found this really quick. Detective Dotson. Oh, it's close to that. This was a really cool one. It's you're a as the page says, you're a unwilling detective or unusual detective. What was the word?
Reluctant detective.
Reluctant detective who gets pulled into this case where, yeah, they said you use disguise and you use like strange methods to figure out what's going on. You're just kind of a guy. You're just kind of a middle-aged dork with glasses and a little Argyle sweater. Like, you're just kind of a guy trying to figure out what's going on here. It's super fun, super silly.
It called him a reluctant detective who wants to be a Bollywood star. So I wonder
Yeah.
if that's like part of the methods and part of the disguises is like, you know, he's just trying to be a little actor.
I'll point out Once Human, we talked about it earlier, like a game that we hadn't really been interested in, even though we've seen it several times, and then here, like, really getting a look and oh, that's the kind of game it is, and it looks pretty cool. And it's gonna be in open beta in like 2 days, and then it comes out in July. So
Hell yeah.
here's Insane.
Mandragora.
Yeah, let me.
That looked pretty dope. That like 2.5D Souls-like.
Yeah, so this is Insync. This is like one of those co-op games where you really have to like communicate with each other about like what you're seeing on your side to give people information over there.
That was
After Run From Mummies.
Yes.
the Happy Bastards video, I think. What you're looking for.
Yeah. There's Mandragora.
Will be available in the game, including epic boss fights and a branching talent tree.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, this looked really good. Yeah, you're right. I remember now. Yeah, the visual was
The
fantastic.
Scottish stop motion one was called Judero.
Oh, Judero.
Before release, expect to find yourself.
Oh yeah, that was totally. I remember when that was playing. I was like, "Oh, this is a video game right here, right here, Vidi.
Right there.
Judero.
This one.
Little.
Nico DeRico.
Yeah.
That's the one I highlighted.
Nico
The Year of the
DeRico.
Furries.
Oh, Dustborn had a really great trailer here. Another
We
one of
killed
those.
a cop.
Yeah, choice-driven things. Yelled at this cop, and then he got pissed, and he backed onto the street, and then.
Officer, walk out the road.
Like, that was. If you watch that back, and this will probably be in the highlights clip at the end of the week, where all of us are like, oh.
He's like,
Excuse me? That was a wild, like, and I was still thinking about it like 2 trailers afterwards, you know? Okay, anyways, Nico DeRico, where are you?
towards the end.
Yeah. Like
This
start
is,
to
this
last.
is, remember they had a post show.
Ah.
So this is towards the end.
It was after Eternal Strands, yeah.
After Starship, after casting.
Yeah, it was right after casting.
So yeah, this one was really cool because, yeah, it is, talk about like blending worlds. I mean, you can already see it. Like, he's got like the Crash Bandicoot kind of vibe. He's a little cooler looking though. He's got kind of, I mean, I gotta say, he kind of got that teenager, like that Simba that people are like, not teenager, what was he like? When he's like living out in the jungle with Timon and Pumbaa and people like thought he was hot. He kind of has that look. But it's clearly like Donkey Kong meets Crash Bandicoot. There's a lot of these Donkey Kong sequences, but then as the trailer goes on, you know, it shows these like the chase sequences and like boss fights that very much feel like right out of Crash Bandicoot that look really cool. Just looks really fun. This is it's co-op, 2 players. Just looks really good. Like, that's something I want to just shout out. Like, just stunning. Like good lighting goes such a long way, man, and that's like almost half of what makes this look so good, I think. Oh,
I'd hop in for a little co-op with that.